New here at noon, cleanup along the waterfront in record time. Louisville's mayor detailing the progress made weeks after those historic floods to get the Derby City ready for Derby. The decision is in no phones allowed in the classroom, how JCPS is tackling the new ban. And later, renters at a Germantown apartment complex given a 2-day notice to vacate. The safety issue Codes and Regulations says is to blame. Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm Brooke Hash, and thanks to those of you watching on the WHAS11 Plus app. The city of Louisville is ready for Derby weekend. That is word from Mayor Craig Greenberg, who said the cleanup along the waterfront was done in record time, in less than 2 weeks, compared to the last major flood we had, which took the city crews about 6 weeks. If you've been downtown this week, you'll notice booths from the Kentucky Derby Festival's Chow Wagon are already up. You can find food stands, a beer garden, and live music leading up to Derby 151. The mayor said this would not have been possible without all the city crews and volunteers.
All of the roads that have been impacted by the floods are cleared and open. Our street lights are back on. Water trucks were out yesterday doing some final washing. And while there's a little bit more cleanup here and there at a couple of parks, and really all of our parks are back open.
Mayor Greenberg also asked property owners to pick up debris on their property. And if you need curbside debris pickup, go to louisvilleky.gov and follow the instructions on the homepage. Festival kicks off on Thursday down at the waterfront. Meanwhile, 2 local nonprofits are teaming up this afternoon to clean up the Falls of the Ohio State Park. Volunteers with Leadership Southern Indiana and the Falls of the Ohio Foundation will meet up for the annual event. It starts at 3 o'clock, and you can get involved by signing up at fallsoftheohio.org. The group recommends bringing your own gloves as they do have a limited supply. Well, if you had to pick a day to be along the waterfront, Julie, this would be a perfect one.
It really will be. I mean, it's beautiful outside. It's only going to get warmer throughout the afternoon, Brooke. Right now, we're looking at 65 degrees out of the airport, a light wind out of the southeast, around 7 miles per hour. And really, the sun has returned, and just on cue for Earth Day. Today is Earth Day, and we are looking at a high of 77 degrees. So Mother Nature helping us out here celebrate Earth Day. Taking a look here at Kentuckiana, our high temperatures today in general in the mid-70s throughout the region. We'll stay a little bit cooler as we head north over into Indiana, but in general, all of us running at least a few degrees above average for your Tuesday. What about those overnight lows? We will remain calm once again, dropping down to around 50 degrees, so a great night to get out and enjoy. Taking a look here at our radar, most of our clouds have really now started to lessen, but most of these will push out and continue to push out throughout the afternoon hours as well. So expect sunny skies for the most part as you are out and about on your Tuesday. Wednesday looks good too, another dry day, and then Thursday we do have a chance for some rain coming in. Right now about a 40% chance, and that will be in the afternoon hours, but the real day for rain will be Friday. That's when we can see some heavier downpours and some stronger thunderstorms develop throughout the day and the evening. I'll detail all of that coming up in your full forecast, Brooke, in just a moment.
Julie, thank you. 3 teenagers saved a man after he drove off the Greenwood boat ramp last night. According to LMPD, the driver may have suffered a medical emergency when it happened around 6:30. The 3 teenage boys were fishing on the river nearby. 2 of them dove into the water and pulled the driver from that car and then tied a rope to the car and a tree to keep it from floating away. Police say the teens' quick actions saved the man's life. We're expected to hear from them today. Well, police shot and killed 2 dogs Monday night after they attacked a man and an 8-year-old girl in the Algonquin neighborhood. It happened around 7 at a home on 17th and Lee Streets. Metro Police said an officer shot and killed one of the dogs on scene. The other was shot by a nearby officer. The man had injuries so severe, some are critical. That little girl also had serious injuries. Police located the owner of the dogs and said Metro Animal Services is investigating. No phones in class. That is the message from Kentucky lawmakers after passing a new bill this session banning cell phone use in schools. But how that looks in each classroom will depend on individual districts and their schools. Our Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Emma Gefter heard JCPS leaders' plans for the ban.
suspicious, honestly.
No cell phone use in school. Kentucky lawmakers passed the bill this legislative session, leaving the decision of how to implement the ban up to the school districts. So, for the state's largest school district, JCPS is leaving the implementation of the ban up to the individual schools, who will each assemble a committee.
Composed of teachers, administrators, others working in the building, to come up with a policy that actually gets rid of cell phones.
What if something happened and I need to get to a cell phone if an adult or a supervisor is not around? And something happened to me, I can just dial 911.
Heavenly Garth, a senior at the academy at Shawnee, has concerns over the policy.
I got high blood pressure and I have preeclampsia because of my child, so I can drop at any moment.
The bill does have exemptions for emergencies and medical needs.
It's 2025, cell phones are not going away, and we know how they're interfering with instruction time.
A policy that reflects the times. A study done by the Pew Research Center found that 72% of U.S. high school teachers say cell phone distraction is a major problem in the classroom.
In my school, people don't be on a phone in class.
Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio said that they will track the success rate of the school's implementation of the policy, and the main measurable of that success will be sentiment.
Surveying principals to say, how are you doing this? Is it effective? What do we need to give you that would help you better? Those type of things.
If a student doesn't follow the policy, they could lose the privilege of bringing their phone to school, be reported to their guardian, or have their phone confiscated. The policy is set to go into effect at the beginning of next school year. Alex Dieterer, WHAS11 on your side.
The JCPS board plans to vote on that cell phone policy at its next meeting on April 29th. Renters in a Germantown apartment complex are being asked to leave due to safety concerns. Take a look at your screen. The Louisville Department of Codes and Regulations said several staircases of this complex off Schiller Avenue have deteriorated so badly they can't be used. The department says this has been a hazard at that complex since 2018, and after 43 inspections, the property owner has made no efforts, they say, to repair the staircases. The department is working closely with Louisville's Office of Housing and Community Development to offer temporary accommodations as they secure new housing for these tenants. You can read more about the story on WHAS11.com. The League of Women Voters addressed the ongoing issue of affordable housing in Louisville during a public forum last night. The event at St. John Center was part of the group's Democracy in America series. According to the Metro's latest housing assessment, the need for housing in low-income areas grew 15% from 2016 to 2021. It also showed more than a quarter of Louisville households are spending 30% or more of their income on rent. When it comes to building more affordable housing, some city leaders find there's pushback from neighbors. This was addressed last night by the director of the Louisville Metro Housing Authority.
But I think that people have a fear of change and a fear of otherness that is deeply rooted and tough to combat. We use the term affordable housing because low-income housing was stigmatized. So then we moved to affordable housing, and maybe we need to call it workforce housing. But the thing that really changes people's minds is seeing what it does for communities.
Elizabeth Strojan said the best thing Louisville can do is fund housing programs because without the money, she says, any plans to help are dead in the water.